a bit about YouTube, but we are on Connect Live, we are on Facebook Live, we are on Connect Live, and we are on YouTube as well, because I want to make sure that the information gets out to you guys as soon as possible. First of all, I want to remind you guys about this awesome event that we're calling Brand or Bank. This is an event that I'm doing outside of In Cruises with Life Mastery, which is a group that I'm a part of, that Radar and Margit got me associated with back in December. We were in Greece, where I got to meet the great Mark Aceta, which I believe is the greatest network marketing trainer right now on the planet. And I've been involved with Life Mastery since December. We had another event in Romania in April, I think it was. When was that? Radar, Margit, man, I don't even know. Sometimes I wake up, I don't know where I am. I don't know what month it is, what day it is. I don't know if it's a weekday or a weekend. And man, this sun is killing me. I gotta move out of here, man. Let's see if I can make this a little better. Let's move the light on over here. Let's see if I can get in the dark over here. And then let's see. Oh, live television, ladies and gentlemen. This is what live television is all about. Let's move these plants out of the way. Let's see if I can move it over here. And let's see if the light is a little bit better. And no, it is not. Let's see if we can make the light more powerful. Oh, no. Is that good? No. All right. Is that white light? No. The yellow light. The yellow light's better. No. Okay. All right. I think I'm actually better on the other side of the table. Oh, Lord. Let's see. Yeah, I think I'm better over here. I'm better over here, guys. Oh, this is so much fun. Let's move it one more time. All right. Man, thank God I haven't started drinking today yet. All right. Today is a late day to start drinking, guys. Don't think I'm drunk. I haven't started yet. I haven't started. All right. Let's go over here. Let's move the light this way. Let's move this. All right, the things you got to do, man. The things you got to do to be successful in life, huh? The things we have to do. All right, guys, we're going to go with this setup right here. This sun is killing me. As you guys know, I'm in Norway, and the sun doesn't go down in Norway this time of year. I mean, it's up. Right now, it is, 9:10 p.m. at night in Norway, and as you can see, the sun is out. If you don't believe me, I want to show it to you. There it is. It is 9:10 p.m. That is the beautiful countryside here in Steinjed, where we're visiting. Marion and I are visiting her parents. This is the town that she's from. And the sun doesn't go down as of tomorrow. Tomorrow, we're actually going to travel to a town north from here, where we're going to get to see the midnight sun, where the sun just really doesn't go down. It's always there. It starts to go down, then it goes back up again. And there's going to be even more daylight. So not only am I going through a little bit of jet lag, because it's a 6-hour difference from Miami, where I live, but then to the jet lag, you add the fact that it's always daytime, and I'm like, what the hell's going on here, man? But this is fun, man. This is fun. Norway is a beautiful place. It's an interesting place. It's a different place, and I'm blessed and honored to have Marion's parents invite me to their home and just spend a great time with them. And we're going to talk about that today. We're going to talk about how it is, what it is that you need to do to make your dreams come true. What is it that you need to do right now to make your dreams a reality? To make your dreams a reality, to live the life that you want to live, whatever those dreams are. One of the things that I remember saying years ago when I was in my prior company, where I was with Frank Odina for about 15 years, I would get on stage and I would talk about my goals. Frank Odina would do his speech, and it was all about traveling. And he would show all the pictures of the places that he had been in the world. This is at a time when really I had done very little traveling. I had never been to Europe at that point, and Frank had been to Egypt, and he had been on 20-something cruises before In Cruises. Frank Odina always loved cruising, and he had been to all over Europe and castles in Spain and Ireland and Germany and Italy. And I said, wow. And then when I would go up, I said, man, one day, listen to this. One day I want to live every day like I'm on vacation. See, I've always been a little bit lazy. I've always been a little bit where I don't really like to work that much if I don't have to. And my goal was to live every day like I was on vacation. Maybe, would you like to do that? Would you like to maybe just wake up in the morning one day and say, okay, what do I do today? Do I travel? Do I spend time with my family? Do I go to the beach? Do I go to a nice restaurant? Where most people aren't able to do that, right? Most people have their 9 to 5 jobs and they got to come home, they got to cook, they got to take care of the kids. And my goal was my goal. I remember saying it. I remember when I said it, I wasn't even close to achieving it, was to live every day like I was on vacation. And I can tell you, to a certain point I've achieved that, and I want to achieve more of it. I definitely want to achieve more of it, but I can tell you right now that pretty much every day I wake up like I'm on vacation. If I work, it's because I want to work. How would you like to live that kind of life? Well, today we're going to give you some tips. We're going to give you some advice on what it takes to achieve, if that's your goal, to achieve that goal. If it's another goal, if it's financial independence, if it's spending more time traveling, if it's spending time with your family, if it's sending your kids to private school, if it's living in a beautiful home, driving fancy cars, if it's doing things for charities or your church or an organization that you want to give more of you and your life and your time and your money to, whatever it is. We're going to give you some tips today on what it is that you can do that, because one thing I've realized in becoming successful, and again, I'm not done yet, but in the success that I've been able to accomplish, is success is not that difficult. I want to tell you that right now. I want you to stop for a second, and I want you to listen to me. I want you to put away your other devices. I want you to pay attention to me right now. Look at me. Look at me. I'm talking to you. Success is pretty simple. Success is very simple, as a matter of fact. If you do the right things, if you do the simple daily routines that sometimes become boring to us. I remember Mike Hutch Jr., he said that in a speech, is, becoming successful means, doing the things that become a little boring, but doing them for a specific amount of time until, it gets to the point where you achieve your goals, you become successful, whatever success is to you. And then you don't have to do those boring things anymore. Then you can do what I do. I mean, I've been in Norway now for a week. Today's a week. Today's Tuesday, right? Yeah, I've been here for a week, and I'll be here for 3 more weeks. And we're going to take this incredible trip tomorrow, Wednesday, and we'll be back on Sunday up to the north. And I'm going to get to see the midnight sun. By the way, for you Swedish and the Norwegians and people that are the Scandinavians, I still haven't seen the Northern Lights. I'll be back to see those. I've been here 4 or 5 times. I still haven't seen them, but at least I'll be able to see the midnight sun. And in 3 weeks I'll head back to Miami, and I'll be in Miami for about a month, and then I'll be back. I'll be in Cyprus at the event that I'm going to tell you about now. And then after that, I've got a trip, the Global Leadership Summit in November to Cabo San Luca in Mexico. Then in December we're going to be in Ireland, and then that's what I've been able to accomplish. And one thing I realized is that success is simple. Success is simple. Yes, Morgan, I'll definitely keep on trying. Success is not difficult. If you do the right things for a specific amount of time, and I'll tell you what some of those things are. We're going to talk about leadership, because really, to become successful, success is going to require you to become a leader. It's going to require you to lead something in an organization, to lead people, to lead with your example. If you do the right things, it's not hard, it's not difficult. It actually gets to the point where it's fun. But you got to believe that, one, that you deserve it, and two, that your family deserves it. See, what if I was to tell you right now, let me ask you something. What if I was to ask you this question? Do you believe your family deserves you to become successful? In other words, do you believe that your family deserves the outcome, the fruits of being successful? Someone tell me that. Hit me on the chat here. If you're on Facebook Live, hit me. Let me know if you believe that your family deserves the fruits of being successful. Hainalis says yes, right? So you're telling me, yeah, I believe they deserve it. Well, here's the thing. When they asked me that question a few years ago, I said yes. And the person that asked me this question, which was one of my mentors, he said, then, but I don't think you believe that. I don't believe that you believe that your family deserves success, Abel, because if you did, then you'd be working a whole lot harder. Boom. And that hit me like a freight truck. I said, what? Man, I love my family. I love my kids. I love my mom. I love my dad. I love my friends. I want to become successful to give them a better life, to give them more options, more choices that I didn't have as a kid because my parents didn't have a lot of money. And, I believe they deserve it. Yeah, but you're not, your actions tell me otherwise. One of my mentors, Guy, he would say, shh, Abel, shh, your actions are speaking. See, right now, your actions are speaking. My actions are speaking. We're on this webinar, and it's one of the things that we got to do to become successful. It's called self-improvement, self-development. We're going to talk about that. But right now, all we're doing is speaking. We're speaking. This is not work. This is how we prepare for work, and it's important. But right now, we got to shh. Our actions are speaking. He said, if you believe that they deserved it, then shouldn't you be working harder? Shouldn't you be on that road to success instead of struggling financially and barely paying your bills and going through all the troubles? And I said, wow. So that helped me get myself into a mindset where I said, man, I got to get to work. I got to get to work. And today we're going to talk about some of those things. But one of the things that you got to do is you got to focus on self-development. You got to focus on self-improvement. And July 1st, this is an event that I would love for you and your family and your friends and your teams to plug into. We're going to have Mark Aceta. I've spoken to him enough, about him enough. It's called Brand or Bank. We're going to talk about how to make money and how to build your brand at the same time, where you can build your brand in the world of network marketing, in the world of entrepreneurship. We're going to have experts in those fields. We're going to have people like Stavros. We're going to have Mark Aceta there. We're going to have Christina Pop. We're going to have Efrosini. We're going to have Matt Morris. Matt Morris is a multi-million-dollar earner in the world of network marketing. He's built organizations of hundreds of thousands of people. He's a good friend of Margaret and Radar, and he's been able to do it. We're going to have the experts in the field of branding and experts in the field of making money, which is why we're here, to make money. We're not here to waste time. We're here to make money. Telling you how to do that. So what do you got to do? You got to go to brandorbank.com, register, and get your ticket right now. Get more than one ticket. I think tickets, guys, I think they're like 25 bucks, man. I mean, make a small investment in your business. I want to see you there. It's this Saturday. And I believe it's 3 p.m. Norway time or Spain time. Correct me if I'm wrong, Morgan and Radar, but I believe that's it because I think it's 4 p.m. Cyprus time. This Saturday, July 1st, go to brandorbank.com, register and get your ticket. Make sure your teams are there because you're going to come out of this knowing and understanding better how to build your brand in the world of social media and the world of technology so that you can help build your bank account in the world of Incruises, the business that you're in. So I expect a lot of you to be there with us. We want to really break records with this event. And then that's going to lead to us being in Cyprus on August 27th through the 1st of September. Guys, listen, I've never marketed any other type of event except for one, GoPro, which is what Incruises did their first 4 years in business because we weren't big enough to do our own big meetings. And we plugged into Eric Warren's GoPro in Las Vegas, Nevada, in the US and break through. I mean, we're talking about Eric Warren type of events, maybe even better. I believe Mark Aceta is an even better trainer than Eric Warren because he's actually done it in the world of network marketing. We're going to be in Cyprus. Ask me, reach out to me or reach out to Radar if you're part of Radar's organization. Get the link, get your tickets. If you do it through us, you get a huge discount. And we're not only are we going to be at Breakthrough, which is an event that's going to help you break through in your life. We're going to talk about a physical breakthrough, a spiritual breakthrough, a social breakthrough, a financial breakthrough, and the four major areas, the four pillars of our lives that we all want to be. You see, you can have it all. You can have it all. You can have a great physical life, a great spiritual and family life, a great social life, and a great financial life. And this event, listen, it's 27, 28, 29, 30. It's a 5-day event. And depending on the ticket that you get, you can be on a private yacht with us. You can have dinners included. You can have VIP included. You can have cocktails included. It's going to be awesome. Reach out to us if you want the link so that you can get that huge discount. I'd love to see you in Cyprus from the 27th of August through the 1st of September. joining us on really getting better. So let's talk about getting better. Number one, understand success is simple. We started with that point. And one of the things that you got to be clear on, first of all, is what is success for you. You got to have a why. You know, it's I learned this from one of my mentors at my prior company. His name was Frank Dillon, multi-million-dollar earner with that company. His name was Frank Dillon from New Jersey in the U.S. And he was big on talking to his team. He was a former psychologist, and it was all about having your why. What is your why? He was saying, Abel, what's your why? Why are you doing this? Right? So you figure out your why, you figure out your reason for doing what you do. And I've noticed that a lot of people, the reason they don't become successful is because they haven't figured that out. What's your why? I want you to take some time tonight and say, why am I here? What do I want to accomplish? What is my mission? What are my dreams? What is my goal? Why am I willing to put up with the things that we have to put up with in the world of entrepreneurship and network marketing? Why am I willing to do this? What is that why? There's usually one or two or three or four or five major whys that we have, and you got to get clear on that. Michael Velasquez saying, my why is my family. That's awesome. What is your why? Everyone here on the chat or on Facebook Live, give me a piece of your why. What is your why? What is your defining reason for getting up and getting to work and putting up with the rejection and putting up with the no's and doing the things that we got to do, the things that I've done, the things that all of you or many of you have done to achieve the success that you have. So you got to get clear on your why. And then once you have that clear why, the next step is understanding that success is simple. Success is not complicated. Success is not difficult. Get that out of your brains. A lot of people that I meet with, the reason they don't become successful, one of the reasons because, man, they're like stuck in this, oh, but it's so hard and I got to work so hard and I got to do so. Yeah, you got to work hard, but you can't focus on that. You can't focus on that. You gotta tell your brain, you gotta feed that self-talk. You know, the talk that other people give us is bad enough. You're telling me that you're gonna allow others to talk to you badly, negatively, and apart from that, you're gonna have a negative self-talk. You know, you talk about, oh, but it's so hard, and the people when they say no and they reject, man, get that out. Oh, succeeding is difficult. If it was easy to succeed, everyone would succeed. Yeah, I get that. But success is simple if you do the right things. So once you understand that and you believe it and you internalize it and you know it and you believe in it 100% with all of your body and mind and soul, and you say success is simple. Success is simple. I'm going to go become successful. I am going to become successful. And it starts with, write this word down, leadership. One of my mentors used to say to me, leadership is everything, Abel. Leadership is everything. You want to become successful, you got to become a leader. You want to become successful, you want to achieve success, you want to achieve those goals, you want to achieve that why, that defining reason, you want to, achieve that mission, you want to become financially independent, you want to give your family a better life, then you need to become a leader. You need to become a leader as soon as possible, ASAP. Leadership is everything. He used to say to me, Abel, show me any successful organization, any successful team, any successful company, any successful organization, any church, and I'll show you a leader at work. So what do leaders do? Number one, leaders, they show up. And for that, I want to congratulate you today. Remember, leaders, what do leaders do? First of all, leaders show up. And I want to congratulate the people that are with us today. There should be a lot more. We've got a good amount. There should be a lot of people. There should be way more. There's a lot of people that should be here right now that aren't here. And then later they're gonna think, why? Why am I not successful? Because you don't show up. Leaders show up. So congratulations, Tatiana. Congratulations, Morgan and Radar. Congratulations, Hainat. Congratulations, Johan. Congratulations, Michael. Congratulations, Aniko. Congratulations, Michael. Congratulations to all of the people that are here with us today, because the number one thing that leaders do is you got to show up. Show up to what? Show up to everything. For a few years in my entrepreneurial career, for years, there was training every week. I didn't miss one training for years, and they weren't webinars. It wasn't easy to plug in like it is now. All you got to do is click a button. You can be in your bathroom taking a dump, You can be, cooking. You could be with your kids. You click and you're in the webinar. No, no. When I grew my business, my prior company, I had to show up. I had to drive to the office. I had to get into traffic. I had to confirm my team, make sure they got their asses to the office, make sure they got, they said no to their family for a little while. They said no to their kids. They went to go get better. I showed up for years. I didn't miss one training. Training was every Monday. Here we do training every Tuesday. You know what you got to do every week? You got to show up, because the best advice and some of the best things that I've learned, some of the best knowledge that I've been able to receive in my career as an entrepreneur has been from meetings. There's the knowledge that I've acquired in the field by doing the business, and we'll talk about that. But some of the best things are the stories that I've heard from some of these leaders that came from nothing and went all the way to the top. They went from zero to hero, and their stories and their inspirational, the things that they went through, and then they tell you how to do it. I tell you how to do it, how I've done it. And where did I get this? From meetings, from webinars, from seminars. I always showed up. You got to show up. Leadership starts with number one, you got to show up. So I want you to take a deep look at within yourself and say, okay, what do I need to start showing up for? Is it the Monday business presentation? Is it Tuesday training? Is it something else that my upline is doing? Is it the Monday call with in Spanish, it's on Mondays with Jenny, but in Tuesdays, it's with Michael Hutchison. He does it in English. If you can't make it because it's too late, because it's 8 p.m. Miami time, then do you at least watch the recording in your back office? We've got an amazing back office. You can show up to the recording if you can't be live. You've got no excuse. Let me tell you this. Not only is success pretty simple, but right now it is more simple than ever to build a successful network marketing business. Let me tell you, it is way more easier. Radar can tell you, because he's been doing it for years. He's done it with several companies. He's done it old school, just like me, going out there door to door. He's done it building natural markets, meeting people for coffee. We did it before their webinars, before there was technology, before there was Facebook, before there was social media, before there was Instagram. It is easier now to build a business than ever. So why aren't you doing it? Let me go back to that initial question. Do you think your family deserves it? Oh, you do? Then why aren't you working harder? Abel, I am working harder. Then forgive me. Just give it some time. Do the things that I want to tell you today, and you're going to be fine. You're going to be fine, because it doesn't just happen overnight, right? We're going to talk about that, how it is that you got to build your skills. You got to build the right attitudes. You got to do the right daily activities. And then at the end, you're going to get results. So write that down. SAAR. SAAR. Man, I read that in a book that Michael Hutchison wrote, where he was interviewing successful network marketing leaders. And one of the leaders talked about, I didn't come up with this. She's SAAR. I'm like, SAR, what the hell is that? A disease? No. SAAR. Skills. You got to develop your skills. It's going to take some time. How do you develop your skills? By showing up. To what? To everything. To the Monday calls or the Tuesday calls with the company, the Monday business presentations. Oh, Abel, but I don't have a guest there. You got to be there anyway. You got to be there. You got to show up. You got to support your upline. When you do a webinar, don't you want people to show up to that webinar? Well, then you got to show up to your upline's webinar, right? Monday business presentations. Abel, I don't have a guest. You got to be there anyway. You know why? Because you got to learn how to get better at giving the presentation. You're not where you need to be yet. We're going to get you there, but you got to get better. The more I saw Frank Odina give the presentation, the more I saw him. I was there every week, every Saturday. We gave business presentations for new guests on Saturday, live, not webinars. The more I saw it, every time I saw it, I got resold the dream. I got resold on the business. I got resold on the compensation plan. I got resold on the product. I got resold on the mission. Every time I saw it, a lot of times I had guests there, but sometimes I didn't. But you know what? I went anyway. You know why? Because I knew I needed to be re-inspired. Maybe I had a bad week. Maybe you've had a bad week. But you show up to these trainings, you show up to the Monday business presentation, and you're like, man, I feel good again. You got to plug in. I learned that from Morgan and Radar. They always said you got to stay close to the campfire. I had never heard it that way. You got to stay close to the fire. Once you start getting away from the fire, you start losing the fire in your heart. You start losing it. See, in our business, people don't really quit. Most people don't come up to you and say to you, hey, here's my resignation letter. I quit. I want to delete my account from Incruises. They don't quit like that. They quit little by little. They quit little by little. Little by little, they start not showing up to the Mondays, and then they don't show up to the Tuesdays, and then they don't show up to the Wednesdays, and they don't show up to the, and then all of a sudden, you call them, and it takes some days to call you back, and then boom, 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 they quit. They quit little by little. Why? Because they got away from the campfire. You got to stay close to the campfire. We're in a business that, yeah, it requires you to stay a little inspired, a little motivated. It's more than motivation. All right. Motivation goes away, but some of it is motivation. And where did I get a lot of my motivation when I was building my business, my prior business and in cruises? I got close to the fire. I was at all the webinars, all the trainings, anything Frank Codina said I had to be at, I was there because I needed it. I needed to be re-inspired. Plus, I needed to get better at doing the presentation. And it got to a point where I gave my presentation word for word the way Frank Codina gave it, because I had heard it so many times. I knew his jokes. I knew his one-liners. I knew his examples, his illustrations, his metaphors. I knew them all because I was there. But that was helping me get better. And then I noticed that when I brought people, I felt even better because now it wasn't me. It was me and someone else. So you got to work on your skills. How do you work on your skills? By showing up to what? To everything. Leadership starts with you showing up. Right? SAAR, then attitude. You got to work on your attitude. We're going to come back to that. Your activities, the daily things that you got to do on a daily basis to grow your business. Then at the end, you get the R, which is the results. What do most people do? They want to start with the R. They want to start with the last letter of the acronym. They see my life. They see me traveling. They see my Instagram. They see the success. They see the great life. They see this, the car, the apartment, all the stuff. And I have an apartment in my own. And they're like, hey, boy, I want to do in cruises. I want that life. Okay, hold on. That can happen, but you better take it in reverse. Put it in reverse. We got to start getting better at your skills. We got to work on your attitudes, having the right mindsets. We got to work on daily activities so that at the end you'll have the R, which are the results. But leadership starts with showing up. Number one, success is simple. It's not complicated. Remove that thought from your head. That's why it's complicated, because you believe it's complicated. And understand that to be successful, it starts with leadership. And leadership starts with showing up. Number two, leadership is about leading by example. I've told you so many times, if you want to go become an international director, an executive, or a board of directors, it's going to take about 50 to 100 recruits direct to you, 50 to 100 directs. Why? I don't know why. That's just what it takes. I don't know why water boils at a certain degree. I don't know why when I click the light switch, the light goes on. I just know it works. If you want to become an international executive or a board of directors, you got to go get 50. So imagine if I told you, but then you said to me, how many do you have? Oh, I have 10. No, I got about 50 something. I got to look now. It's in the 50s. I got 50 something directs. I'm an international director. Okay, I should be an executive or a board, but I'm an international. It ain't that bad. It ain't that bad when you're making 20 to 25,000 a month, whether you show up or not. You gotta lead by example. How do you lead by example? At what? What do I need to lead by example at? Number one, at showing up to everything. You want your people to show up, then you gotta show up. The speed of the leader is the speed of the team. The speed of the team is the speed of the leader. So I talk to people sometimes and they're like, Abel, I don't know why people aren't showing up to my webinars. Attendance is down. I can't put a meeting together where I can put 10 butts in chairs. Well, are you showing up to your uplines webinars? Are you showing up to your uplines meetings? So you got to lead by example. You got to show up at everything. If you show up, they start to show up. You got to lead by example at doing the numbers, at getting wide. Well, I want to do it without getting too wide. Bro, you're not going to do it. You got to get wide. If you want big results, international director and above, you got to go get about 50 wide. When? ASAP. ASAP. Yesterday. You want to go get 50 wide? You're going to have to do about 200 to 250 presentations, bro. That's what it takes. It's not complicated. It's a numbers game. One thing I love about network marketing is that it's a numbers game. If I work the numbers will work for me. You can't beat the numbers, but the numbers can't beat you. So you got to lead by example. Leadership is leading by example. You got to be out there doing the work until you get that why that I had you think about at the beginning of today's webinar. You got to lead by example. And I know there's going to be times we're going to get a little down. We're going to get a little, we're going to have a bad day. We're going to have a bad week. Life is going to hit us from this direction, from that direction. Things are going to be happening in our family life, in our financial life. I get it. I've been there. But I have become the best version of myself. Listen to me. Listen to me. I have become the best version of myself when I've hit the lowest moments in my life, the toughest moments, and I've decided to keep going and I've risen to the top. That is when I have become the best version of myself. So I'm talking to you. If you're going through something tough right now, if you're going through a tough time, whether it be in your family or financial or physical, man, if you keep going, you become an incredible version of yourself. I believe you become somewhat of a superhero. Not only that, but you become relatable. That means that when people come talk to you about their problems, since you've been there, you can say, hey, I understand how you feel. I felt the same way, but let me tell you what I found out. That you can still make it. Let me tell you what I went through. Does that sound familiar? See, I'm relating to this person now. Why? Because I went through it and I came through it. I came out of it. I'm telling you, if you're going through something tough right now, keep going. Have you noticed something? Winners never quit. You notice that successful people don't quit. That's why they became successful. You want to talk about an Elon Musk, like him or hate him? You know why he's successful? Because he never quit. That guy went bankrupt. That guy lost companies. That guy lost billions. That guy's been through hell, but he's one of the richest people in the world right now. Why? Because he never quit. You see, if you don't quit, you're going to get there. You're going to succeed. Winners never quit, and quitters never win. So you got to lead by example. You got to do the right things on a daily basis. You got to lead. You got to go get wide. You got to go get 50 to 100 directs. That's what is going to take. That's what is going to take. And man, I'm at 16% battery life. All right, we're only going to go a few more minutes anyway. I'm not going to give you all of my training today because we're going to run out of time. So I'm going to give you the rest of it next week. So you got to lead by example. You got to do the things that you're telling your team to do. You got to prospect on a daily basis. You got to work a disciplined schedule. I hope you're taking notes. You got to work. You got to be great at time management. You got to go get wide. You got to prioritize prospecting in your business. And that's going to get you the results. That's going to get you wide enough. And then through width, you're going to start developing depth. And you're going to recruit someone direct to you. And they're not going to be that great maybe, but they're going to bring you someone because you're going to get good at doing what? At getting people off to a fast start, getting their list, getting them to get you in front of their market. And it may not be that direct, but maybe under him or her, you're going to discover a firecracker that is even better than your direct, and then you're going to work in depth. And then sometimes you're going to stop getting wide because you're going to go deep, and then your job is to get that leg on its own and then keep getting wide. You got to lead by example. Leadership is everything, especially leadership. Exampleship is the best type of leadership. What else? Well, leaders also grow attendance. Hey, your job next week and at the very next meeting and at the July 1st webinar, and if you're going to be with us in Cyprus, is to grow attendance. Leaders grow attendance. So if you're here alone today, your job is to make sure that next week it's you plus one. Mark Aceta talked about that in one of the trainings that he did for us, right? He said the way he started growing his business was his mentor told him, hey, next month when we do this meeting again, it's got to be one more person than you had today. So if you had 5, next month you got to have 6. And if you had 6 that month, the following month you got to have 7. And that's the way he grew his business. If you want to grow your business in network marketing, you got to grow attendance. If it keeps being just you here alone, listen, I'm proud of you for being here. Don't stop being here. But leaders grow their attendance. You got to make sure that you're communicating with your team. You've got the WhatsApp groups, the Telegram groups, the Facebook groups. You're putting it out there. You're promoting events. You're not just announcing them, but you're promoting them, and you're making sure if your team is small, you're getting on the phone, bro. Hey, are you going to be in training tomorrow? It's going to be awesome. Abel's going to be on fire. You got to be there. He's going to talk about this. He's going to talk about that. Always sell the speaker. Always sell the speaker, and make sure that your team is at the event. But you got to be there, and you have to grow attendance. Next point, leaders keep getting better. Leaders keep getting better. Self-development. That's why I'm talking to you about this event, July 1st. That's why you got to be there. It's an online event. You got to be there. I'm going to be there. I pay to go to these events too. I pay to be there. Why? Because even though I think I'm pretty good, I want to keep getting better. Leaders keep getting better. You want to learn how to build your brand online? We're going to teach you how. You want to learn how to build your bank account and network marketing? We're going to teach you how. That's why I'm telling you about getting to know Mark Aceta in Cyprus. Come August 27th. Leaders keep getting better. You got to keep reading the books. You got to make it to all the webinars. By the way, there's so much information in your back office. Have you been there lately? We got leadership courses. Have you watched them? Have you been to the basic training courses in your back office? You should write this stuff down. Anything that I say to you that you haven't done, you got to write it down and make it a point to get it done. Leaders keep getting better. What book are you reading? What audios are you listening to? Man, I grew up on audios. You went into my car, you never heard music. You never heard news stations. You went into my car, it was all self improvement. Anthony Robbins, it was leaders from my company, it was Brian Tracy, it was Tony Hopkins, it was everything. I mean, people would come in my car and they'd be like, man, this guy's crazy. This guy's obsessed. Yeah, I was obsessed with getting better. What audios are you listening to? What do you listen to in the morning? What's your morning routine like? What do you do in the mornings? What's your morning routine like? What are you watching on YouTube? Are you letting social media use you, or do you use social media? What are you attracting on your Instagram account and on your Facebook account and on your YouTube account? You got to keep getting better. And then finally, and we'll close with this, leaders develop relationships. Leaders develop relationships that lead them to what? To winning. You know why? Because leaders win. Leaders rank up. Leaders get promoted. Leaders make money. Leaders become successful. Leaders are goal setters and goal achievers. That's what leaders do. Is that what you want to do? I know it is. Of course it is. If not, you wouldn't be here. So then you gotta focus on these. I mean, I've given you, this is la creme de la creme, bro. I've taught you a few very important concepts today. Number one, success is simple. Number two, success starts with leadership. Number three, leaders show up. Number four, leaders lead by example. Number five, leaders grow attendance. Number six, leaders keep getting better. Number seven, although we didn't spend a lot of time on it, leaders develop relationships with their people, with their team. It ain't all about the money, money, money. You got to get to know your people, get to love your people. Leaders win, leaders rank up, leaders make money, leaders become successful, leaders are goal setters and goal achievers. And I'm telling you, if you do these things in your business, starting when? Starting right now. Get clear on your why, get very clear on your why, and then do the daily activities that will get you to closer to that why. So, guys, I want to thank you for being with us today. It's 9:46 p.m. It's still daytime in Norway. You gotta love this country. Margaret says we will be there. Wouldn't miss it. There's a cool new basic course, basic training course about how increases income and incentives work. Very good. I agree. I agree, Margaret. And make sure that when you get the email with your course certificate, there's a link for a survey. So make sure to give feedback. I love that. Thank you, Margaret. So you got to check out that new course. It's about our income and incentives. You think it's important to know how our compensation plan works, how our incentives work, how you make income? Of course it is. Your back office is filled with great information. Go work on purpose with a purpose. That being said, everyone, thank you for joining us today. My name is Abel Prieto, coming to you live from Norway. I look forward to your success. I wish you an incredible day, an incredible week, an incredible month. Month end is upon us. We're closing the month in just a few days. Go end strong and then start the month of August strong. I will see you this Saturday, July 1st, at our Brandor Bank seminar. Go to brandorbank.com webinar. Go there, sign up, register, get your ticket. And I'd love to see you in Cyprus come August 27th. Love you guys. Talk to you soon. Take care.